Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for visiting the YouTube channel for bestbiblecommentaries.com. In this video, I am going to talk about 6 different CSB study Bibles. Before I do that, I invite you to like the video. That's hitting the thumbs up button. That helps me out the most. And if it helps you out, feel free to subscribe and leave a comment or ask a question. All right, so the CSB Bible translation stands for the Christian Standard Bible translation, and it used to be called the HCSB, Holman Christian Standard Bible translation, but they dropped the H a few years ago. I think, if I remember correctly, I think it's been around since the early 2000s. It's a trustworthy translation. Some excellent conservative evangelical scholars are part of the translation team and contribute to these study Bibles. So first I will show you the general all-purpose CSB study Bible. This would be equivalent to like the NIV study Bible or the ESV study Bible. Of course, it's just the Christian Standard translation. And there are lots of bottom of the page notes in this study Bible. One unique thing that I haven't seen in a lot of other study Bibles is they have different word studies, which are helpful. It has full color pictures. So here's an example of a word study right here. So sorry, the lighting's not great when I move the book up close. But it's an excellent high quality book. And let me just give you some of the names. You'll be familiar if you watch my channel and you kind of follow this world of Bible resources. You'll recognize some of these names. Andreas Kostenberger contributes the notes to the Gospel of John portion of the study Bible. Robert Yarbrough, actually, Andreas Kostenberger also does Colossians. So Murray Harris, there's other names that you will likely be familiar with. There's articles as well from Mark Deaver. Oh, Peter Flint. Okay, he's a Dead Sea Scrolls scholar that I know. Kenneth Matthews has a Genesis commentary that I like. So George Guthrie is another one. So for your consideration, this is kind of like the all-purpose, the big picture, equivalent to the ESV or NIV study Bible. This one, I'm going to be honest, I haven't spent a ton of time with. It's called She Reads Truth. So it's a women's study Bible, if you couldn't tell. It has some pretty neat graphics and designs in it. So this is the book of Micah. Similar content as far in regard to the introductions, historical background, what we know about Micah, and then there is a lot of room to write in this study Bible called She Reads Truth. You can tell there's not notes on every page. See the bottom of the page? But here is an example of an article from Micah chapter 6. It's the left-hand side of the page. Here's an example of an article. So the study notes I guess they would call them notes, the insights, come in more article form in this study Bible. So it's really, if you look at the reviews online, this is a very well-reviewed study Bible. People really like it. I think, there's Malachi. I think part of the reason is because there's so much room to write. See that column there on the left-hand side? I mean, it's a really, it's a women's Bible, but it's really kind of a note-taking Bible also. So that is called She Reads Truth. 189 devotionals, color maps and timelines, reading plans, one-year Bible reading plan, book intros, wide margins for journaling and note-taking. So that is called She Reads Truth. The next two are study Bibles from pastors. So you're probably familiar with study Bibles from, let's see, David Jeremiah, John MacArthur, Chuck Swindoll, other pastors. So this is a Tony Evans study Bible. I think it came out 2 or 3 years ago. Oh, maybe you can't see that. The Tony Evans study Bible. He came out with a study Bible and a 1-volume commentary around the same time, I think, or maybe I just learned of them at the same time. And there's overlapping content. So if you have one, you might not need the other. But the notes are at the bottom of the page, if you can see there. And there's a lot of application in Tony Evans' comments, both in the 1-volume commentary and then also in this study Bible. One of the unique things that I don't recall seeing in other study Bibles so far, it has these, I forget what they're called. They're called QR codes, I think. See those QR codes? So those appear throughout the study Bible, and so you can actually see Tony Evans' teaching on whatever this is, whatever the topic is. So this is the book of Jeremiah. This is the intro to the book of Jeremiah. So you can get a video intro from Tony Evans and lessons of Jeremiah as well from Tony Evans by just using a QR code app on your phone. Now there's a devotional, this one on the left-hand side here. It says video devotional, waiting well, meaning having patience, I assume, because this is Habakkuk chapter 2. So that's the Tony Evans study Bible. Obviously, Tony Evans is still doing ministry. He's a modern pastor. Someone from history, though, is Charles Spurgeon, the Spurgeon study Bible. Now, this is a little bit different kind of study Bible because there's not explanatory notes on every verse. The notes that are there are on the bottom of the page. And I think they're mostly taken through sermons. I think a lot of Spurgeon's material that you can get in book form today is mostly sermons, isn't it? Maybe there's some, I'm trying to think if he has some commentaries. He has a Psalm commentary. It's a 3-volume, mine's 3 volumes on the book of Psalms. And I can't quite remember if he wrote some commentaries on other books. If you remember, or if you know, let me know in the comment section. But it has these quotes here from Spurgeon that are kind of scattered throughout, but there's not notes on every page. So you can see there's no notes on the bottom of that page. There are sermon outlines, interestingly, in this Bible. And those are really interesting because part of what's kept in this study Bible, what's retained in the study Bible is Spurgeon's notes in his own handwriting, which is really interesting to see. Just trying to find, oh, here's one. So that is a copy of a sermon that appears on this side in regular print, so you can see it if that's easier to read for you. Gethsemane's Sorrow is what it's called, but these are Spurgeon's actual notes. Can't remember how many of these are in the study Bible, but there's quite a few. Sometimes the handwriting is a little difficult to read for me, to be honest. It's still neat to have it, though, for Spurgeon fans. Just kind of neat to have it in a study Bible form. So those are 2 from pastors. Let me show you 2 that are pretty unique. So this is called the Rainbow Study Bible. Look at the reviews of this online. Like they're pretty good reviews. It's really incredible. Every passage is color-coded. And at the bottom of the page, it gives you the key. So the key stretches over 2 pages. So you can see at the bottom there, hopefully that's not too blurry. Sorry if it's blurry. Doing my best here. So from left to right, it reads salvation in purple, God in kind of lavender, family in orange, then love, history, prophecy. The right-hand side of the page, we have evil, sin, commandments, discipleship, outreach, and faith. And so if I were to look at, what is this, Psalm 40, verse 6, and I see it's kind of this darker shade of green, and look down here, and it says commandments. Or if I look at this Psalm 40, verse 2, in purple, kind of the darker purple, and I look over here, it says salvation. So the color organizes the content into these topics. How many? Let's see. About 12 different topics. So let's look at, oh my, wow, look at that. I have not flipped through this whole thing. That is all underlined. I have not seen that before. Why is that all underlined? I got to read the preface to this study Bible now because, wait, the whole thing? No, not quite. You can see right here, verse 16, that's not underlined. But the rest of it is. Wait, I wonder if that's, is that God speaking? I'll have to look. I think that might be God speaking. It's all underlined. Let me see the Gospels now. Oh yes, all of Jesus' words are underlined. Wow. I need to spend some more time with this. This is pretty interesting. So this is John chapter 5. So the orange is history, the lavender is God, the darker green is commandment, this blue is outreach, this yellow is sin, and then the words of Jesus are underlined. I wish I could know if that's showing up for you or not. That's pretty cool. Huh. Yeah, so distinctive, fully color-coded design. Includes a harmony of the Gospels. That's nice. Full color maps, one-year reading program. Neat. All right, the last one here is not color-coded, but for you history buffs, this is a really neat resource. It's really fun to flip through. So all the study notes in this Bible come from early church fathers, either from their writings or extracted from their sermons. So I just turned to Ezekiel, and there's 3 different church fathers talking about this passage. Cyprian, I think that's how you say that, Basil the Great, and Chrysostom. I know the name. I know the person. I just can't say it very well. Chrysostom. John Chrysostom. All right. Let's look at Luke. Maximus of Turin comments on Luke 3:21 through 22. Who's not in need of that? Oh, there's Ambrose right there. So the early church fathers would be from the 2nd century to the 6th century AD. And so you will find Augustine in these pages, and you will find Tertullian, Gregory the Great, John of Damascus. So if you like the early church fathers' comments on your Old and New Testament text, this is a good consideration. Not a ton of color or maps in this one. Pages are a little bit thin, but really, I mean, the reason why you would have this on the shelf is because you like history. And so it's a pretty neat resource. All right, let me know what you think. Let me know if you use any of these, and I'll see you next time.